Shalom, shalom, akim. Of course, I want to start off by saying, Call, Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and shalom to the akim out there and the elect. Of course, that's the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here for the coming nuclear destruction, all right? And we're going to make it out of here by what? Deliverance from the chariots, man. And ultimately, we're going to come down, all right? A new city, reborn, okay? A beautiful city, a beautiful people, new bodies, a change. All right, we're going to righteously rule the planet Earth and the whole universe, man. That's what we have to look forward to, once we're delivered. All right, righteous rulership. Okay, all right. Why am I saying all this? As you can see here, it says R&B star Akon's new $6 billion smart city and synagogue will offer a second home for the African diaspora. Okay. All right. So it'll offer a second home for the African diaspora. As you can see, this came out Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. All right. Now, what do you think of when you think of diaspora? It says from the Greek 1876, diaspora, dispersion. Okay. To scatter abroad, or salaki. Well, you can say abroad, to scatter about, disperse. All right. It says, dia, about, across, plus sperine, to scatter. So scatter across. Okay. All right. And guess what? That was attributed to Israel because Israel was scattered abroad. All right. So let's get the scripture on that real quick. Get out of Hebrews. Let's go to James 1:1. All right. It says, James, a servant of Yahweh Shai and of the Lord Yahweh Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Let's look up this word scattered. All right. 12 tribes which are scattered. See that? That word there is diaspora, as we just read. It says a scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, of the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles, which is the same exact thing. Because who are the Christians? The real Christians is not of Christianity. That religion came years later. This is talking about of the followers of the Messiah, okay? The anointed, which they were the Israelites. The Israelites scattered abroad among what? The actual Gentiles, man. All right. You see? All right. So when you look at the word dispersion or dispersed, it goes to, or diaspora, it goes to what? Israelites dispersed among the foreign nations. When you go back to here, it says what? It says R&B star Akon's new $6 billion smart city and synagogue will offer a second home for the African diaspora, which we know that we're not African. Okay, that was a name put on us. What is a byword and a proverb put on our people? All right, that is not who we are. Okay, all right. It says, let me get into the article a little bit. It says, Akon may not be lonely for much longer. The famed R&B singer is going ahead with plans to build a new $6 billion smart city and synagogue where nations can live and work, and where members of the African diaspora will always be welcome, or will always be welcome. The 47-year-old Senegalese American singer, known for hits like Smack That and Lonely, has confirmed that construction on Akon City will begin next year despite the pandemic's devastating effects on global tourism. The 2,000-acre metropolis, which was first touted by the singer back in 2018, will feature a sprawling luxury resort, high-rise condos, recording studios, a stadium, and even its own cryptocurrency, Acoin. You see that? All right. So, long story short, you can finish reading the rest of this because it talks about how it's a smart city. All right. So it's dealing with cutting edge technology, solar energy products, as you can see by briefly skimming over it. Okay. This is what they have planned over there for what? The African diaspora, basically Israelites. If you read right here, it says, the singer told the Associated Press, the project is geared towards stimulating the local economy and creating much needed jobs for the Senegalese. He also envisions that the city will serve as a home back home for Black Americans and other members of the African diaspora facing racial injustice. But the thing that they fail to mention, all right, are what? All the tribes. Okay. Let me see. All right. Because in there they were talking about racial injustices and stuff like that. Let me type this in real quick. Bear with me. All right. So what about the other tribes? Okay. It says what? Jeremiah 50 and 30, 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel, or Yasha Allah in the Hebrew, and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. You see that? It says the children of Israel. So the children of Israel are what? The other tribes, which is considered the northern tribes. Okay. And the children of Judah, that consists of what? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So they were oppressed together. Now, when you go to together, because a lot of people get this confused, they look at this and they still think that's talking about all the tribes. That's why a lot of people use the scripture. They think that it's talking about all the 12 tribes are black. Okay. They use this in conjunction with the slave trade and the ships, and they don't think and they don't consider that the northern tribes was on slaves as well, was on ships as well, slave ships. Okay, is what I wanted to say. All right, they went to Europe. All right, they went to different parts of the world. They were on islands and they traveled to the Americas. Okay, by way of slave ship. All right, Esau relocated. All right, the northern tribes to different places. Okay, it says when you go to together, the Hebrew word there is a yah, a cha, and a da. So yachad, yachad. Okay, it says together, all together, all together, or alike. Okay, and that's the word I wanted to get when you go to the Strong's definitions. Okay, it says unitedly, alike, at all, once, both, likewise, only, altogether, withal. Okay, so guess what? The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed what? Alike. We all went through slavery on slave ships, man. We were all hung and lynched. Okay, we were tortured brutally. Our wives and stuff raped. Our children killed. Livestock and cattle destroyed. So it took away our food and our resources. Okay, we were all oppressed. What? Likewise, we were all oppressed alike. All right, so this particular city, even though it sounds good, okay, it's not good. All right, it sounds good, but it's not good. Okay, because you're missing what? The other tribes. It's for all 12 tribes. The scripture speaks of what? All 12 tribes being delivered. It's not a black thing. It's not an African diaspora. It's an Israelite diaspora or dispersion. Okay. So even though this sounds good and you're trying to, pave a way for Jake, so-called Negroes to go to a place and feel at home, it's never really at home. And besides all that, this place, even if you were to go over there, it still wouldn't be a home because you're still in this flesh, man. This flesh causes us to sin. All right. So guess what? We're never at rest being here in this state. All right. Let me get Micah, basic scriptures. Micah 2 and verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. And that's all over this planet Earth, because guess what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? Nowhere where you go on this planet where you'll be at rest. Okay? We have a rest coming. Okay? And it's not in this life. It's not in any part of this globe. It's from the promises set to come. All right? That's our rest, the kingdom of heaven. Okay? The same question that the disciples asked Yahushua, Lord, will you at this time restore the kingdom of Israel? As a matter of fact, let me get that. All right. This is Acts, the first chapter, Acts 1. Okay. In verse 6, it says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, Wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? See, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the kingdom of Israel. We're looking for New Jerusalem to be established, not a place called Acon City. Okay. And it's a smart city. Okay. Even if you build a city, you would have to build, you would have to fortify it and protect it. Say you build that and then Esau wants a part of it. Then you're screwed. Then you're right back to square one. All right. You see what happened during places like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and various other uh, prominent so-called Negro establishments, man. All right. Tulsa, Oklahoma was just one of many. All right. But you see what happened. We set up our own, all right, with, certain tribes, and it got destroyed. So you would set this up just for it to get destroyed because it's not under Yahweh Shem Shai. It's not our rest. All right. The Lord is going to what? Provide us a rest when we're going to get what? New bodies. We're going to get spiritual power. We're going to rule this earth in righteousness. That's when we're at rest. How can you be in a city and be comfortable and the rest of the world is in chaos? That's not really a rest. Okay. All right. This is, let me get Hebrews 4. All right. Hebrews 4 and verse 9. It says, there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay. There remaineth therefore a rest. Okay. All right. And that rest exactly links up with this. Let me get 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. It says, but as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai had prepared for them that love him. See that? We're gonna be ruling in a kingdom that's going to be mirrored as it is in the heavens, man. Okay, we can't fathom that on this earth right now because this place is what is so polluted. It's defiled, the whole entire planet Earth. All right, we can't imagine the glory and splendor that's going to be on the planet Earth right now, man. All right, but the Lord is going to give us that one day, and it's coming, and that one day is coming soon because we're in that time. We're in the time of the end. All right, it says, but as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yahweh Shem Shai had prepared for them that love him. So we have a great city that's coming. All right, not some city called Acon City. Okay, we want the kingdom of Israel. We want the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, that place wouldn't be our rest. Okay, all right. Let me get because even in that smart city, and you brought Jake over there, would they still commit adultery? Okay, would they come over there and be faggots, freaks, and lesbians? You see, all right. So it'd still be chaos if you were to allow Jake to be over there. It wouldn't change Jake, all right, from being wicked. All right. So we just need a new, refresh, restart altogether, man. We need to be in new bodies, okay, and ruling this world correctly. All right. Let me get go back to Hebrews. Hebrews 11 and verse 9. And it says, by faith, in Hebrews the 11th chapter is a huge faith chapter, going into the faith of our forefathers, okay? All right. And a few foremothers, all right? It says, by faith, he sojourned in the land of promise. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. That's the city we're looking for, whose foundations, whose builder and maker is of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, not of Acon and the Senegalese. All right. We want a city founded on righteousness, man. All right. We jump down. Okay. You get to the point of this. Verse 16, but now they desire a better country, that is in heavenly. Wherefore Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is not ashamed to be called their God, for he had prepared for them a city. Okay. All right. And this is the city that we seek, man. The people, the New Jerusalem to come down, okay? Where we're all calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, and he's not what? It says, wherefore, he's not ashamed to be called their God, their power. We're going to have that again. You're not going to have that in what? Akon City, okay? All right, so that place is not our rest. It sounds good, but it's not good. Good comes from the scriptures, okay? Good comes from the laws, what's written, okay? That's good, okay? Hebrews 12 and verse 24. You go down to it. It says, in Yahweh Shai, the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling, okay, that speaketh better things than that of Abel. It says, let me see. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Salakia. It was up some. Hebrews 12 and verse 22. But ye are come unto Mount Sion, and unto the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, which that's still talking about the same city, or Mount Sion, okay, and to an innumerable company of angels, all right, to the general assembly and church of the firstborn, which are written in heaven, and to Yahweh, the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect. We're going back, showing you what that city, all right, Mount Sion, and unto the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, okay, all right, that's the new city that the Lord has prepared. Is the people being refreshed and being in a new state of mind, being in a new body, okay, having the laws written in our inward parts, okay, all right. That's the city we seek to come, okay, that we seek to have to come, okay. So I just wanted to get that to show you that, you know, these things sound good, but they're not good, and it's not going to save us, man. It's not our rest. Our rest is in what? Yahweh Shem Shai. That's our rest, all right. Call Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwadash, and as always to the elect, double shalom.